Hey, welcome to Herding Little Cows. Today is Thursday, but Virginia's birthday is on Saturday, and we're doing one of her birthday meals today. So we thought we'd show you. I'm in the middle of making cake, so she's gonna make chicken curry for you.
Okay, I do not measure things, and I don't know the measurements for these things. So you're just gonna have to guess from what I put in the pan and try to replicate it. So first I'm gonna add some coconut oil, about that much. And then I cut up 2 onions. I had a big one and a small one, but about 2 onions. And these are going to cook down in the oil with some crushed red pepper. And these are really just a taste for me. Doesn't want to come out terribly fast.
It's a really full jar. We just recently bought it.
So a bunch of red pepper. And some salt and pepper. Just pepper.
Sorry, I'm trying to get a better count.
Okay. And then I just don't want this to stick too bad. I'm going to mix the oil in some more. Spices are getting to me. Okay, some curry powder. Oh, this is a new jar, so we hadn't opened it yet. So open that. It wants to open easy. It doesn't. This is going to be difficult now for me.
Of course. Because you're on camera.
Right. Okay. So, some curry powder. Again, don't know measurements. So, we'll start off with that. See how it tastes later. So, I'm just going to, and garlic. Then we're going to let all of this cook down together for a few minutes until the onions start to get more translucent. Again, don't know how much garlic or anything. This is how we cook. We don't know measurements.
We'll let you know if it tastes good.
So yeah, we'll see if this tastes good and continue seasoning to taste. Let this cook together for a while and then we'll come back and add the diced tomato. Okay, so the onions have been cooking down for a few minutes. I realized I have it just under medium heat and I had to add a little bit more coconut oil. The spices are going to stick to the bottom if you're using a cast iron pan like this. I think it does in other pans too, but I'm just using this today. So this is a can of diced tomatoes and we're just going to be adding this along with all of its juice. So this is a, 28 ounce can. Again, I don't usually measure these, so this is just what I have today. So this is going to cook down for a few minutes, and then we're going to add chicken. We're going to be shredding the chicken today, but you can also cut chicken breasts and add cubes of chicken. So this is going to cook down for how long? I don't know.
Another 5 minutes or so. So in this recipe, you cook the spices down in the hot pan because it brings out more of the flavor of the spices. Sorry, I mean the light. Brings out more of the flavor of the spices. And when you add the tomato sauce or the tomato, diced tomatoes to the pan, you'll see that the spices came off the bottom of the pan. So it deglazes the pan for you. So you can also do raw chicken chunks in here and cook it all together and then just simmer it until the chicken is fully cooked. But we did chicken because we had a really big container. We did chicken in the crock pot, so we're going to shred that and add that to that. And this
is homemade tortillas. So we're going to roll those out in a minute.
We'll show you that in a minute. Yeah. So what's in the tortillas? Like in the dough?
Flour, oil, salt, baking powder, water. I think that's it. Might be something else. I'm not sure. I think that's it.
So we'll be back in a minute.
Okay, so we let the tomatoes cook down for a few more minutes, and we added 2 chicken breasts worth of shredded chicken. So one of them was a good sized chicken breast. But 2 chicken breasts, I'm just going to stir this up, and we're going to let this simmer until we're ready to eat. We're going to be serving it on top of rice, which is cooking in that pot there. We did 5 cups of rice to 10 cups of water. And that's a good size meal for us. We don't know if the littles are really going to like the chicken curry, so we're going to let them have rice with other things on top if they prefer.
And go ahead.
Oh, I'm good.
I was going to say, why are you making tortillas with it?
Oh, I'm making tortillas because this is my favorite way to eat it. I make homemade tortillas because that's what I prefer. But you can use it to pick up your chicken curry and rice and use it like instead of a fork. So that's my favorite way.
It is the edible utensil.
Yes.
So,
and it's an excuse to eat homemade tortillas.
So that's just going to simmer together for a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm going to leave that there. And I got the tortilla dough mixed up, let it sit for a little while. It says to let it sit for 10 minutes. I let it sit longer than that. But now I'm going to try to break this into fairly even sections. This is going to make 24 tortillas. There's another way to do this. This is just how I break things. Okay, that didn't sound good. So this is going to make 24 tortillas, and I'm going to get these rolled out and cooking on a dry, non-greased skillet. We use a cast iron skillet to cook ours, but you could probably use any type of griddle. What did I say? Yeah.
So, yeah, we will be back when she's rolling them out.
Yes, this is going to take a while. So we split up the tortilla dough. So I've got 24 little balls. And so I have not made these in a long time, and I'm not good at rolling them. So they look terrible, so don't pay much attention to that. You can try to roll them nicer. But I take the balls and flatten them out some, and then put them a lightly floured surface. So I've got some flour here on the sides. And just roll them out till they're thin, like that thin. However thin that is. I don't know. But you make them thin, and then they're going to go over onto the dry skillet, and Naomi's cooking them over there for me. And then once they get lightly brown and start to get bubbles on one side, you flip them over and cook the other side until that also goes to lightly brown. And then we put them in a hand towel that we fold over the top so they stay warm and moist and hopefully not get hard. We have not found out how exactly to keep these tortillas soft, but we do have another recipe from a friend that we're going to try because her tortillas stay soft. So this is what we're doing today, and we're going to have these with our chicken curry and rice in a little bit.
Okay, so Mommy's taking her turn rolling. Do you like this one? Yeah. These are going to get torn up to eat, and this is just how the day's going. So it's just been one of those days. So anyway, it's a good day, just a long day. But it's going to taste good, right, Virginia?
Yes.
And that's what Virginia wanted for her birthday, was something that tasted yummy.
And we did add some more tomatoes to the chicken curry. We opened another can because that's what I felt like. So we added some more tomatoes. We added crushed tomatoes and tomato puree because that's what Grandma was able to get us at Sam's Club the other day. So that's still simmering away until we're ready.
You still cooking?
Mm-hmm.
You flipping and flapping?
And
Cooking
birthday cakes in the
around.
oven.
Oh yeah.
Birthday cake. Whoa, hold on a second. Birthday cake in the oven. What kind of cake is it?
Chocolate oatmeal cake, and it's going to have a coconut pecan frosting.
That sounds really good.
The recipe is on the Hillbilly Housewife. If you look up chocolate oatmeal cake, you'll find it. We did a variation of it though because the recipe, I forget exactly how the recipe reads, but we do 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. It called for only one of those things. We found that it was very dense. The way that we've done it with adding both of them, it rises to a point where it's more like a store-bought cake that's fluffy instead of a dense homemade cake. So that's where we are now. We're going to finish making these and we'll show you the finished product. Okay, so we're going to show you what the plate looks like. So we're going to put some rice on the plate. Well, here, actually, I didn't show you. This is what the plate looks like. Now we're going to put some rice on the plate. And then you pile some of this yumminess on top. The yumminess called chicken curry. Then we go to the table, which is probably messy, but that's okay. Here's how you eat. You sit down with your feet in front of you like a good little girl. Tear off a piece of your tortilla and take a bite. And it's hot, so be careful. Okay, so we're going to show these guys how to eat these. So over in other countries, sometimes they don't use silverware. Like we would just grab our fork or our spoon, right? Some countries they use chopsticks. In some countries they eat with leaves sometimes, and sometimes they eat with bread. So you're going to tear a piece off. Yep, I tore one off for you. You're going to tear a piece off, and you use this to grab some of your chicken and rice. Make sure you blow on it. It might be hot. It's going to be a little spicy, so you got to tell us if you like it or not. Good job. Blow on it, Uriah.
Mom.
I got it right away. I got it away.
Yeah, I'm pretty soft.
What do you think, Uriah? You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Is it a little spicy? It's okay if you don't want to finish your meal. You can put some of this. These are the things they like to eat on top of rice.
Okay, I can help
So
you
we'll
out
give
with
them
this.
plain rice if they don't like.
Let me help you out.
But it's a new experience, right, guys? I don't know if we mentioned
Big
this.
sister for the save, yeah.
I don't know if we mentioned this before, but we got this recipe from some friends that were missionaries in Pakistan. And this recipe was given to another set of friends who gave us the recipe, and you see that we don't measure. So don't think this is actually the true real one, but this is what we make out of that recipe that was given to us. So there you go. Where's your bib? Oh, your bread. You handed it to me. And it tastes really good. So thank you for joining us on Herding Little Cows today. And Virginia's birthday is why we're doing this. So if you want to wish her a happy birthday, write it in the comments right here. And we'll see you next time.